Alright guys, let's talk about Tomura Shigaraki for our next deck build that you can use at your local scene or even tournaments. Really like this build, and I really like this deck. We have access to two really good responses. They're pretty insane actually. It says after your non-throw attack deals damage, which obviously we're not going to do any throw attacks in this deck. It says your rival is going to lose 5 health. So automatically the moment that you attack with something and it deals any type of damage, your opponent's going to lose 5 health once per turn. So pretty intense. And then later it says commit after one of your attacks is completely blocked, your rival is going to destroy one ready foundation, which is even more nuts because now you're taking resources out of their foundation. Pretty simple build for foundation, nothing too crazy. We are going to be using a couple of zero costs here, like tight-lipped, as well as keen observation. A 4 and 4. Again, you want to make sure that you utilize zero cost foundations to help you kind of move into the right direction, so you're not using too much of that progressive difficulty. We also have Villainous Entrance for now our 1 costs, as well as a really good card that I really like, which is Shock Absorption. If you guys haven't figured it out, we are going to be using the death symbol for this build of this deck. We also have 2 Apathetic. Again, super helpful to be able to flip your opponent's foundation, especially when you're going for the kill. That way you're not scared of anything. To unflip our foundations, we have Glamorous, really good card to unflip any of our cards. We are also going to include a couple cards from the starter deck from Bakugo. We have Agitation, really good card. After your Fury attack is blocked, you can draw a card. And so that's going to force them to be kind of scared, because now you can trigger this. I can destroy one of their foundations for completely blocking us, and we can respond with that card to hurt them even more, because now we're drawing cards and we might draw into other attacks. So that's pretty nice. We are also going to add Encouragement, really good card. Flip after your unblocked attack resolves. Discard it from the card pool. So if I'm able to force you in the idea that if you block me, you get hurt, and if you don't block me, now I can play another card and attack you again. It's just a lot of pressure, and it just creates really good, a really good position for us to create some damage. We're also going to use Let's Fight Bad Guys, which is going to be flip. Your Fury attack is now going to get 2 speed, which is going to help us a lot, especially against decks like Eraserhead. We are also using another starter deck card, which is Capabilities. Really nice card. I'm thinking about bumping this into 4. It says discard 1 momentum. Your Fury attack is going to get +2 speed and +5 damage. So that card is super good to end the game in this build. And like normal, like I told you guys in my last video, if you are ever going to run Death or Earth or the last one, you must have Super Regeneration. Super good card. I'm going to be able to get some health back so you don't lose the game. Really nice. And so that's going to be our foundation. Alright guys, let's continue. The only asset that we will play in this deck, and again you can take it out or leave it in, is this card right here that's going to help us unflip some of our foundations. Really good card. I think is definitely essential in most decks, because a lot of the foundations that we use say flip, and so you want to be able to unflip it to get the effect again. A really good combination you can use this with is Super Regeneration. You know, you have to flip Super Regeneration, so you can't use it anymore. With this, now you can use it again, and so you could be getting between, I don't know, like 9 to 15 health back in each game, which is definitely a big difference. All right, let's talk about our attacks here for this deck. You want to be able to draw and discard cards to be able to get you the attacks that you need for certain scenarios. This card is super good. It is still Fury, which we'll talk about in a second, and it's going to allow us to enhance discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards in case you don't like what you have in your hand. And it's also applying pressure, and it is a 4 cost, which we always like to see that. Now, this card right here, super good for this build. Okay, another Fury attack. It's a 4 speed, 3 damage, but it says enhance. Your rival is going to lose 1 health for each of their momentum. So if you're playing against a deck that relies a lot on momentum, you can actually punish for them having 3, 4, 5 momentum underneath their character. So now they just took damage prior to the attack, and also this is going to prompt the response of Shigaraki, which is if your opponent loses health over a non-throw attack, you are going to now deal 5. So this is a pretty good combination here, which could end the game. We also have the Decaying Grip. This is going to be another Fury. It has a combo enhance. This attack can only be blocked by cards that are 3 or higher on the blocking top right corner of your card. Super good because you force them to use bad blocks to be able to block the card. And like we talked about earlier, if they completely block us, we can use the effect to destroy one of their foundation, which is super good. And then it says right there that we also have a Shigaraki response after you block with this card. You can ready your character. So again, a very, very good card to kind of get your leader back into running defensively. We're going to have Corrosion. This is going to be another Fury attack. Enhance, if this attack is blocked, your next attack is now going to get +2 speed and +2 damage. So again, that might be one of those cards that you want to play first in order to apply some pressure, and also open up the possibility to use that as a combo, right? Because you play this first, now you can actually use a combo on this card. If the attack is completely blocked, this does 3 damage. So we go back to the same thing. This is completely blocked, right? Which means this prompts, right? Also, you're dealing damage, so that also prompts. And so there's nothing they can do to really stop this, because if it is completely blocked, you still deal 5, and also if they're completely blocked, you can still prompt the destroying one of their active foundations. We got 8 more cards to talk about. The first one is going to be Touch of Decay. This is going to be a Fury. Also stuns. Again, stun is going to be very important. It says, commit one of your foundation. If this attack was completely blocked, add it to your hand after it resolves. So now we can play it. If it gets blocked, we can prompt our leader ability, character ability, and then also this leaves the card pool, so I can play it again. So it's kind of one of those things, and I can just keep playing it and using stun and stunning my opponent's foundation. If this card attack is not blocked, then I can draw a card. So if they decide not to block, I can deal damage. I deal 4, which also would deal another 5. And I draw a card, and also when I deal damage, by not being blocked, I can also use one of my foundation cards to even combo even more. And then now, I feel like this is one of the best cards in the deck. We have Turn to Dust. This also has the ability to have stun 2, so now we're going to be able to stun 2 of their foundations, as well as this has the EX2, which means that if we discard any of our momentum, this is going to get +2 speed. 5 damage, which is very, very good. Again, most of these cards are going to be 5 damage, which causes issues because it's always going to be 10. It says destroy one of your foundation, destroy one of the foundation that was committed by this attack stun ability. So you're going to be able to stun one of their foundation and then destroy it. And then it says lose 2 health, your rival loses 2 health. And then obviously you can't do that, I believe, if that's the last of his health, I believe. Let me see. Loses 2 health. Your rival loses 2 health. Your rival may... Oh, sorry. They may destroy foundation to be able to cancel this ability. So, even if they decide to take the health or they don't, that still applies pressure. You're destroying the foundation. This is going to destroy, I guess, 2 of them, right? Because if they decide to destroy their foundation, not to take the health damage, and we're stunning and destroying their foundation, we're going to be applying a lot of pressure, guys, into the decks that we play against. But anyways, guys, this is my list for Shigaraki. Very simple. To be honest, you can probably run this deck without the URs, and this will still be a really good list. You definitely need the starter deck cards for sure, though. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.